Having just finished 1965 in film, I got to spotlight my favorite comedy of all time. Blake Edwards' slapstick masterpiece, The Great Race, about a race from New York to Paris that takes them through different genres, from westerns to sword-wielding political conspiracies. But that movie's covered in that video, because today we're talking about another wacky race, the Cannonball Run, a movie that travels at such high speeds that naturally it was the winner of the race in the Patreon poll. Too much fooling around on the part of the other choices. For as the rules of the race state, good movies rarely win the polls, unless it's a Burt movie. You damn right, you hear that, Burt? We're up! He is ready to race across the country. Like a lot of epic comedies, this 1981 film puts together an all-star cast, this time with Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, Roger Moore, Farrah Fawcett, Adrienne Barbeau, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and Jackie Chan, since the film was also produced by Hong Kong company Golden Harvest, and it features everyone else that you can think of. Zaniness aside, if it were made today, it'd have the tagline, "Inspired by a true story." The film's screenwriter, Brock Yates, actually co-created the real outlaw cross-country race, the Cannonball Baker Sea to Shining Sea Memorial Trophy Dash, and he was even the winner of the first race when he and Dan Gurney set a record for traveling from New York to LA in 35 hours. This made Yates a natural creative partner for stuntman turned director Hal Needham, as Yates would write Smokey and the Bandit 2 for Needham, and they continued their box office luck with the Cannonball Run, as both pictures were in the top 10 box office winners of the year. The real-life Cannonball Run races that ran from 71 to 79 would also inspire the films Cannonball and the Gumball Rally. And this film was originally written to be a Steve McQueen vehicle, but after McQueen's death, the role went to Burt Reynolds, and it became more of a comedy, not to mention a superhero film. So let's start your engines as I watch this all-out car racing adventure from the comfort of sitting down in my own home. So many car stunts, they've wrecked the 20th Century Fox logo! The song Cannonball by Ray Stevens is gonna make us want to race through the desert. Whoever's in that car is gonna solve a ton of crimes. What are you doing? Clearly you're speeding. You better do something about that. Cannonball! Cannonball! It's not what to do. There, it's legal now. You're all good. Whoa, hang on there, boys. She ain't doing nothing. We saw her X over the speed limit sign. That means she can go as fast as she wants. And she's hot, too. Let's give her a pass on this one. Old Smokey is no match for her going even faster by speeding up the film. Also, the car's amazing teleportation powers. As big as the cast is, I'm guessing half the 90-minute runtime will just be the opening credits. It's gonna get graphic, though. The music supervision is a snuff film. It's also got DP Michael Butler of Smokey and the Bandit 2, and Jaws 2. Better get a shark in here. That'll make it even more like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. No need to tell me who directed it. From this shot alone, it's clear it's a Hal Needham film. But anyways, as Mario is late for his first shift, he's in big trouble.
JJ. Victor! Ooh.
It's too early in the morning for that kind of slapstick. Here, Burt plays J.J. McClure with his trusty sidekick Dom DeLuise as Victor Prinzim. They're already signed up for the big Cannonball race. They've got everything they need.
That would be a real team effort, wouldn't it? I mean, you, me, the hamsters, and him.
Yep, the wacky sound effects are installed. We're good to go. The betting on this race will be so serious that holy shit, legendary bookmaker Jimmy the Greek is in the picture. I'm placing $5 grand that Burt and Jim Neighbors are gonna take out that chicken joint. No, that's Stroker Ace, you imbecile. The movie has its priorities, right? Yes, crashes, but it needs something extra.
Dun, dun, dun! I am Captain Captain Chaos.
Oh right, Victor's alter ego, Captain Chaos, obviously. God damn it, why didn't I just do a sequel to Sharky's Machine? Some of the other competitors are Sammy Davis Jr. as a scam artist and Dean Martin as racer Jamie Blake, but anyways, they're in a plane now. This will be a but anyways movie. JJ, ain't this cheating? Don't we need a car? Are you kidding? We'll be in trouble for drinking and driving. Ain't no rule that says you can't drink and fly a plane, but there is, JJ, there is! He got the chaos right in his superhero name. We got a plane for the movie, just figure out some way to include it in the picture. What other small towns can we terrorize because we're super shit-faced? We've got superhero parodies here, but how about James Bond enter the character of Seymour Goldfarb?
And what is he doing? Acting like he was some goy movie star named Roger Moore.
Oh right, he does look like Roger Moore. Moore does a great job of parodying his own persona here, along with some mother issues.
No.
Zycazin, mama.
Funny thing is, the Moore-era Bonds were partly comedies anyway, so I could see something like this happening in one of his Bond films. But now they're on a boat. Are they still drunk? I'm guessing so. Between the boat crash and the drunk flying, they're lucky they came out of this with just minor injuries. Anyway, it's a Jackie Chan movie now, who may sort of be playing himself, sort of not. They call him Jackie Chan in the movie, except that they have him playing a Japanese man. Everyone in this has cars that are going to explode before they even make it to the race. You know what this movie needs? A sheik, I guess. I don't know. This checks out. Turns out Jamie Farr just had to dress as a sheik to be sent home from the war. Don't know if I buy him as a sheik, but I totally buy Bianca Jagger as his sister. Also, Burt Convey is some kind of rich dude or something.
I've gotta be free.
This movie's gonna be pretty light on plot, isn't it? The audience wants stunts and we're gonna give it to them. See? The crowd loves it.
Are you kidding? That is the dumbest thing I've seen since that dimwit tried to jump the Grand Canyon.
Oh well, this movie will top that kind of tomfoolery. There's also Terry Bradshaw and Mel Tillis as two good old boy racers. Truly the best is being brought into this race. Christ, maybe if you weren't all drunk, you'd drive a little better. Someone stop these racers. They're gonna get more people killed than if it were Death Race 2000. I guess the movie needs a villain, so for that, we've got George Firth as Arthur J. Foyt, determined to put an end to the Cannonball race. No shit, look how much mayhem they've caused before it even began. Though maybe he isn't the best spokesman. Dude's horny as hell. How big is his stack of sexual harassment complaints? And he just happens to be having the meeting right inside from where two of them are working on their car. I bet I know what's gonna happen. Oh, I thought they were just gonna drive away slowly, with no damage. The plus side for the actors in having such a large cast is that they weren't here for very long. Each of the star players only had to be on set for a handful of days. Just show up for a little bit and crash through something, and do some shtick.
What do you think, you're the president?
Well, let me make one thing perfectly clear.
So, you want to go voice some dogs and go to heaven? Their ambulance ride earlier gave them the great idea to race in a souped-up ambulance. Makes sense, the director is right there. They'll even help injured people along the way. In this universe, that's probably what an actual doctor would do in this situation. A couple of them are driving dressed as priests, while others are just hot. Let's go over there, Victor. We're drunk enough for this. My God, Adrienne Barbeau and Tara Buckman. This race will be sexy but bloody. We got Stars of the Fog and Silent Night, Deadly Night here. I'm sure someone else will be the love interest. The musical score by Al Capps says I should go over and talk to you instead. Farrah Fawcett is photographer Pamela, who he just calls Beauty. Apparently, for a while, she played the role straight because she didn't know it was a comedy. I don't know how true that is. Wouldn't she have figured it out when stuff like this happens? And then Victor popping in to do more funny banter? Let's take a break. I need to chug some water and pop a couple pills because I'm feeling drunk just watching this.
You can't stop a man like Stroker Ace.
How's this for spectacular?
Burt Reynolds is Stroker Ace. Rated PG. Starts Friday.
Welcome back, people.
Hey, watch out! Watch out!
Oh man, I missed another accident. The hotel is never inviting you back for your race meetup again. Don't worry about why that happened. Because we're back to being the Bond parody. Reportedly, the Bond producers weren't thrilled about more spoofing Bond, and the movie came out only a few days before the release of For Your Eyes Only. Given For Your Eyes Only was one of Roger Moore's more serious Bond entries, we needed this one to keep the Moore wackiness intact. This is a whole movie where it looks like I'm just watching the rap party. Look at this. Even Brock Yates is there to give them all an inspiring speech. Now remember, folks, don't drink and drive. The rules state that you need to drink a shitload and drive. Am I right, folks? Well, the first 25 minutes was just introducing the cast. Now let's take another 25 minutes to introduce the cars. Kidding, they'll get started soon enough once Dean realizes he's racing against a superhero.
When he puts on that mask, he'll blow your goddamn doors off.
You're talking foolish again. God, get this movie some hydration. I don't know why stuffy Arthur needs to be watching them in secret. Shouldn't cops already be here? All these vehicles are fueled on cheap beer. See? They're already driving off the road. They got to at least clock in. There's got to be some rules involved in this thing. Every shot of them getting in the car feels like there should be sound effects of cans falling out. No, damn it, you're pulling out all wrong. You gotta crash into the hotel sign first. You know what this needs? More characters.
No problem.
Jackie Elam, come on in. We haven't used any horror music yet, and your blood alcohol level is .50. You're good. Even better, your name in the movie is Dr. Van Helsing. I remember Van Helsing always looking like he's gonna collapse at any minute. What'll help them out, though, is if they have someone who can pretend to be a patient. Just scoop up Pamela and make sure someone skins their knees when you do it. It's when he drops hints about Captain Chaos that she looks like she made a mistake.
I can't do anything, but he can.
Who can?
Him.
Yeah, best hang out in the back.
Doctor.
Maybe she does think this is serious. She is acting like she's in a kidnapping thriller. Even the sober ones are driving dangerous. Jackie Chan and Michael Hoy have night vision, which seems like it's making it harder to drive. They've even got a role here for the stand-ins, like when Marcy and Jill are pulled over by a patrolman, who very clearly is Burt Reynolds' actual double on the film. I have the feeling they'll just be let off with a warning. This also comes from the fact that in the 1979 real Cannonball race, writer Yates and director Needham did compete while traveling in an ambulance with someone pretending to be a patient. Though the transmission went out and they didn't make it to the finish, but the ambulance they're using is the one the writer and director used in the race. No clue if in the real race the man pretending to be the doctor also came with Dracula music anytime he appeared. Relax, Arthur will be lagging behind when he's randomly trapped in a phone booth. I'm surprised it didn't back into him at 100 miles an hour and crush every bone in his body. The movie is almost a Roger Moore and Sean Connery crossover too, in that he's driving the same Aston Martin from Goldfinger. Smoke it up before he accidentally hits the ejector seat, and whenever the two girls are pulled over, are they always pulled over by someone who could stand in for Burt Reynolds? Probably safer in that car than with the doctor.
No, I just give her a little prick with this.
Don't sedate our fake patients. They're very easily distracted, like when Victor thinks it's a good idea to pull over so they can be blessed by the totally real priests. So then they do. Didn't you see them at the hotel? Y'all made enough racket when you were there. They didn't get to see Jack Ilham's running gag, though.
Yeah.
Why, yes, bless the 100 more times that's gonna happen in the flick. And what are the odds? No, they gave us a flat tire. I am enjoying the combination of James Bond film and Hal Needham film, and that he has a different Bond girl in every scene.
Hey, little silver four-wheeler that just flew past me with a good-looking seat cover, son, back there.
Sorry, darling, that's the voice of the director. I better take this. And whoa, this is a surprise. I just assumed this was a world where no one ever needed to stop for gas. I like the running gag, though, where the motorcycle competitor so far has been doing the whole race on just one wheel. And why did you waste your money on that? You know we just need beer. Plus he can use the law on his side now by saying it was the two priests who injured Pamela. He'll believe him from one rockin' mustache bro to another. How are they gonna get out of this one?
Freeze or name your beneficiary.
This movie's starting to get a little random. As long as we still have that Roger Moore charm in here.
Well, you look very familiar. Do I know you?
Yes, it's quite possible. Is this going to take long? You see, we're on our honeymoon and she can't wait.
Oh.
If you ask me, this is absolutely canon with the Eon Bond films. Anyways, in the, I think, romance plot, alright, let's do this. We get a little backstory here, where JJ lives life to the fullest because his dad worked 43 years in the coal mines, then died just before he could retire. Jesus! How do we follow up that dramatic revelation? Why, drinking our sadness away, of course, and finding any old excuse to cause another crash. Whew, good thing there's an ambulance nearby. Let's take another break while they scoop up them body parts from that explosion.
Everybody likes him, but nobody understands him. From the team that brought you Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds
I'm yours.
and Sally Field in Hooper, rated PG.
Welcome back. Who are we following now? I have a hunch it's the Japanese guys. I like these two who find their job boring ever since their cars come equipped with radar, and the random sound effects do get a laugh out of me.
It's hard to understand you.
When I called you, I was doing 140 miles an hour.
Man, that went right through that rolled down window. Why pay attention to details like that? 'Cause boobs. There's even backstory with Victor, too, who grew up with no friends and was bullied, and that's how he came up with Captain Chaos. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna go hang back with the creepy doctor now. It's the music that still helps us know who's driving. Thanks, I bet it's the Roger Moore character. Some of the running gags pay off, like how they keep getting pulled over and are like, well, best do this old trick again, until... Oh no, they weren't counting on them filming an Andy Sedaris film nearby. If it were me, I'd put my money on the Bond car, obviously. It's now equipped with speeding up the film to make the smoke screen extra wacky. Or perhaps the vehicle that comes with its own video cassette player.
You are about to witness the ravishment of a woman who has been abducted.
Hey, I also have a car that just queues up porn when need be. For reviewing purposes, obviously. God, the movie just stops to show us footage from behind the green door. What did you think was gonna happen? Of course you're gonna get caught up in the plot of that masterpiece. I'm already caught up on the plot here, like when they pretend like their brakes are out, until...
Oh no, we really don't have any brakes.
It's a Hal Needham film. There's gonna be something for you to jump.
Hang on!
Again, inspired by a true story. What's even happening now? Did they drive into a different kind of racing picture? Excellent, we've wandered onto the set of Death Sport. And wow, I figured it'd be the Bond car that came with rocket technology. That feels like cheating. It's been a while since there's been wacky sound effects, though. This movie is so random, but it is pretty funny. I love that there's only 15 minutes of it left, but feels like the race just started. There's so many characters, I forget who is who. Like, oh right, the motorcycle guy is the parachuting rich dude from the beginning. Hell, it even starts having appearances from other movies, like suddenly there's Peter Fonda as the leader of the Hells Angels, wearing the same jacket from Easy Rider. This is my Civil War, Captain America versus Captain Chaos. The movie just stops to have an all-out brawl climax out of nowhere. It is the best way to get some Jackie Chan fighting in it, and some good Bond humor.
I must warn you, I'm Roger Moore. Who? Roger Moore.
This doesn't just throw everything at the wall, it crashes everything through the wall, like when Jackie Chan accidentally splits his pants and played it off so well that they kept it in the movie. It's a film that's the definition of critics score low, audience score high. Critics hated the film, but audiences didn't care. This was a peak time in cinema to be a good old boy car comedy. So audiences showed up, making it a worldwide hit that inspired sequels. The arcade game Outrun was heavily influenced by it. TV producers wanted a sitcom spin-off with the Terry Bradshaw and Mel Tillis characters, but that didn't happen when the network got a new CEO. Plus, there's been talks of a remake for years, and the movie made Burt Reynolds the highest paid actor of the time. I'm with audiences on this. Though it's not like I don't understand where critics are coming from. There really is no structure to the madness, and focus was left behind hundreds of miles ago, if it was even there to begin with. The characters are more ideas of characters rather than being fleshed out characters. Because the movie's so short and there's so many characters, it doesn't really have time to flesh them out. It doesn't come close to the epic brilliance of The Great Race, but it has a charm to it that's downright infectious. It works if you already like this kind of movie, or if it's sentimental if you grew up with the Burt films like I did. It really is just these actors showing up to basically have a good time on set for a few days, but that good time does rub off with gags that are so juvenile I couldn't help but laugh, meaning they did their job at making what truly is a live-action Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Look, turning into Captain Chaos gave them the extra speed they need to cross the finish line. Actually, this is the type of mayhem where everyone would just run in complete craziness to the finish line, or the downside of him being a superhero is that he gets distracted.
Help! Help! Somebody save my baby! He's drowning!
Don't listen to her, Captain Chaos! Just let the baby drown! So Adrian Barbeau wins the race, and of course the baby is a dog. Things are getting serious now.
No! No more Captain Chaos! Anything of that!
Whew, there's only a few minutes left. They'll make up in a few seconds when his powers evolve.
I've always wanted to be Captain USA. Dun, dun, dun.
That is the only character growth in the film. And this is also the end of the movie, by the way. Oh right, it did have a villain, and we haven't used the ejector seat yet. I wonder what's gonna happen.
That's odd.
Psych, twist ending. Now Bond knows how it feels to be ejected from the car. We can't wrap it up just yet, cause the blooper reel is showing what I figured, that they all had a blast while making it, and it's an important film in the Jackie Chan catalog, because the bloopers at the end of this would inspire him to make it a tradition in his own movies. And critics be damned, cause in 1984, you best believe Captain Chaos will return in Cannonball Run 2.
You want cars? You want curves? You got it. Burt Reynolds, John DeLuise. What a team. In Cannonball Run 2, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.